In this module, we are going to show how to navigate the front panel on the HP Designjet T2300eMFP. As you can see here, you have the option to print, scan, and copy. So if we enter the print option, here you can see that you can print from a USB device, you can direct print from a computer, or you can print from HP Designjet ePrint and Share. If we go into the scan option, here you can scan to a USB device, you can scan to the network folder, or you can scan directly to the HP Designjet ePrint and Share. In copy, this allows you to make a copy of an original, and you can change the settings of how big you want the copy, the quality that you need, whether you need a color or a black and white copy, and to which role you want to create the copy to. If we go back to the top level, you will see two other icons. The USB icon will show you the status and the space available on the USB device. And then the jobs icon will allow you to see the queue on what has been printed or copied to the printer, and also see the scan jobs that have been done in the device. Here we have the information icon, which takes you into the main section of the front panel. Here you can see two other icons on the side. That one takes you to the home page, and the return icon takes you back one screen. So if we go further into the menu, you will see the icons below. The paper information icon will show you information on the media currently loaded in the device, with the options button that allows you to load or unload the rolls or a sheet if needed. So going back into the information page, we see the ink menu, which shows you the levels of the ink cartridges. Pressing any of the colors will show you further information about that color, the ink used or ink remaining, the capacity of the ink cartridge, and whether it is still currently under warranty. Hitting the options button will allow you to replace the ink cartridge. The printed information icon, again, will show you the status of the ink cartridges. Clicking on it will show you more information regarding whether it's under warranty, how much ink has passed through that printhead itself. Going to the network icon, it will show you the IP address and whether it is the current status of the network. The alert icon will show you whether there are any alerts in the printer, like any of the ink cartridges that are low or need replacing. We have the next icon, which is the printer information, which will show you the serial number of the printer and, more importantly, the firmware version of the printer itself. The main chunk of the settings and the preferences is found in the main menu icon. And as you can see here, the top section is related to preferences, whether it's copy preferences, scan preferences, printing from a USB, printing from the ePrint Center, or directly printing to the device. So if we go into one of those preferences menu, here you can see what the default settings you want for each of those preferences. As we scroll down, you can see we have the connectivity option, which allows you to change the settings for the network, whether you would like connectivity to the internet, whether you would like connectivity to the ePrint Center. Here also we can find the connectivity wizard, which allows you to check whether the printer is connected to the internet and to configure all your settings for that. Next we have the updates menu. Here you can actually configure the printer to check automatically for firmware updates, which is really important because this is a future-ready printer which new features are being introduced on a regular basis. So to get the latest features for the printer, it's best to allow the printer to check automatically on a regular basis so that it downloads the firmware to the printer and then alerts you so that you can install the firmware update. In the security section, if any of the connections like the internet connection or the ability to use a USB drive, if that needs to be disabled, this is where you would do that. In the paper menu, this is where also you have the option to load and unload the media. You have the option of form feeding and cutting and moving the paper if you need extra space at the beginning of a print. Here next we have the ink option to replace the ink cartridges or the printheads. Next we have the setup menu where you can set the printing preferences, print retrieval, which allows you to change the drying time and to disable or enable the cutter. Here you have the scan eject direction option, which allows you to eject an original either from the front of the device or from the rear of the device. You also have the job management options, which allows you to decide whether you want queuing on, for the scanning option, nesting, when to start printing. This also has the options of job recovery, so that if there's any action that happens that stops the printer, this will either put the current job on hold or cancel that. Further down, you also have the option of installing an external hard drive, which basically allows you to bypass the internal hard drive. Image quality maintenance allows you to troubleshoot any kind of image quality issues. It allows you to calibrate for color, for printed alignments, for paper advance. You also have the option here to print out a diagnostic image, which will help you to troubleshoot print quality issues, and also allow you to clean the printers if needed. And right at the bottom, we have the option of calibrating the scanner. The printer does come already calibrated right out of the box, but if for whatever reason you need to calibrate the scanner, this is where you would do that. And lastly, we have the internal prints. This is really useful for printing out demo prints to show, to bypass a PC, for example, if you just want to see if the device or the printer is printing correctly. And you also have the option of printing information about the usage of the printer. And that concludes the navigation of the front panel on the HP Designjet T2300eMFP.